Them motherfuckers might be.
Shalom, shalom. Look, we live.
Oh, is we live already?
we live. Shabbat shalom. This is a
Hey,
Shabbat
now.
day. Let me call to get the brothers on the line. My name is Brother Aina. I'm here with
Sapar.
Brother Sapar and Brother Yawab. Shalom. We're about to get brothers on the line real quick. We're going to call in our guests, Brother Yaikwab. Calling him up now. Give brothers a chance to get on the line. We live. Like we saw, it's 118. We just a little behind. Hey, shalom, Mike. Hey, you on the line?
Yeah.
Yaikwab. Come on. Hey, how you doing, bro?
Hey, now.
All right.
Let me get the brothers down in Atlanta on the line. How you see? Okay. Get them on the line. We're about to drop some nuclear bombs today. We're gonna go into Kaepernick thing. The
And
workout.
Stephen A. The Stephen A. situation.
Hey, shalom, Mark.
Shalom.
Okay. So we're about to get started. We live on YouTube. We're doing a segment for the podcast show that we're setting up. We should be uploading it this week, I believe. So we got to kind of keep it clean, because it's gonna be like a radio show type of format. So we ain't gonna cuss, even though I like cursing. I ain't got no problem with it. I mean, some grown up adult type stuff that we're dealing with, but it don't matter. So we live. We're a little late. It's 1:19. We're supposed to be starting at 1 o'clock sharp, but it's all good. We're getting better. So the first topic we're gonna go into, Akim, is the situation with the workout with Colin Kaepernick and the commentator, because it's been a big story, making news headlines with the so-called with the coonery from the brothers that's rocking the suits and ties and everything. And Stephen A. Smith, first and foremost, is catching a lot of heat. And he came out and did his show and defended himself and challenged people to come on his platform and debating. Of course, we're not welcome, not us, but anybody else that's coming from a perspective that feel like they supporting the so-called black race. He invited him on the format. So Colin Kaepernick, his workout, Akim, shoot, go ahead.
Well, with me, it's the matter of Stephen A. Smith being emphatic with his criticism of Colin Kaepernick. He had expressed, how Kaepernick didn't never come through on his end of the agreement that they had all came together on. So, somebody else can elaborate on the details. But I thought that was a critical matter to deal with because, me, I look at it like this here. All those brothers is in entertainment. They are different than me. The reason they're different than me because they all agree to support their own, those who entertain, those who perform. Now, Terrell Owens, in the interview with ESPN, Stephen A. Smith, has said, brother, I'm down on the street. Now, with me is you got to really tell me, what do you mean by the street? Because I don't see you out there. When you say, what do you mean by the street? Are you down there with us? I mean, because we are considered below y'all, I assume. So what do you mean by you down there on the street? Because I don't see you. I don't see you in the grit, in the grind.
Ain't in no damn streets.
Yeah, I don't see you on that level where you dealing with, people that's low income, people that's trying to get woke. I don't see you. That's what we mean by the streets. So
right. When I say streets, we really mean it. We got boots on the ground. You can walk up to us and engage us, and we have a presence in every ghetto neighborhood across the country. We everywhere. You can't escape us, man. You cannot escape the so-called black, but the Hebrew Israelites. We in the streets, man. Period. We about to be in the streets after we done with this segment.
There you go.
We're going to put boots in the ground so anybody can come up to us. Not like
address you.
Not like your Christian pastor and all these other coons and buffoons that's running around representing the establishment. We come against the establishment, rebels against the establishment, and you could come and see us about it. And we ain't backing down from no damn body. I don't care what you studied or what degrees you got or however much knowledge you think you got. Bring it on, and we challenge you and anybody else to come and test what we saying. You think we lying? Put it to the test, right?
Yeah.
That's what we always say. Put it to the test. But go ahead, brother.
First and foremost, I have to ask, who are these guys? I look at them on TV. Of course, I'm entertained by the things that they say and the performances that they put on. So me, it's like it's a play. It's like they all got their parts, but they say they don't have parts, but they have parts. And to me, is you can lure me to sleep with saying that you down there on the streets, because the first thing I'm doing is, oh, he like me. But in all actuality, he isn't.
He's not.
So he's using a ploy to get down on my level,
right?
So he can crawl in on some, on some garbage.
Come on.
And so just explain to me and define to me, what do you mean by the street? Is it the same as us?
Right.
Down there in the grit and the grind, where the real people are. Now we know that 85% of the population is down there on the streets, particularly, in comparison to those who know. See, the guys that know, they ain't coming down there on the streets. And I ask myself, do those guys really know, or are they just performers for the Caucasian? Are they performers for them so they can lure us to sleep? So the scriptures tell us not to be like them. Not to bite in and feed into that. And so they try to get into our conscious or subconscious and rock us to sleep so when they put stuff on the TV, we'll fall for it.
Okay. What you got for me, iQuab?
Hello.
You want to weigh on this, brother?
I was just gonna say, more so on Colin Kaepernick's behalf, he was using a little bit of wisdom.
Oh, he's on hold. My fault. Damn. Salakia, your iQuab, you there?
So what do you mean he was using a little wisdom?
He switched up the workout. He didn't trust his enemy.
Well, what was behind the workout? What was the reason for him to switch up?
I feel like he didn't trust him. Just as far as like he would have went and did his workout, and they would have told him like, you're not ready. That's why he brought the workout to the people.
Okay, so basically what you're saying is he brought his own camera crew in so everybody can have a, what do you call it, transparent look at what's going on. So you're saying Colin didn't trust the NFL, so he brought them in.
But these are the same people he's going to work for. That's just like me saying, hey, man, I'm going to hire you, but I want you to do specific things. I might give you consideration. Now, they did have him by the ringer. Now, I can say that they had him by the neck, and he didn't fall for it. But in the same breath is, when you're dealing with these people, you know that you got a criteria to meet. Just like you're going into a job. They don't want you coming in looking a certain way, because you coming in looking a certain way, what they going to do? I ain't hire him. Look at him. He going to be trouble for us. But we trying to get that money. So we want to put our laborers to work so we can yield some money, right? And so, to me, I have to ask myself, who is Colin Kaepernick? Because I never really heard him putting any work in on that street level the way he said that he did, or that they say he did. Now, he did kneel. He did kneel in response to the police brutality and all the other things that they said they were doing to black people, or so-called black people.
Right.
But who is this guy?
Okay.
You just can't just appear on the set and think you're an acceptable guy because you do one noble act. So when you do one noble act, it's like, wait a minute, okay, what else are you going to do? See, we looking for people, me, I'm looking for people that put in that work, that's got that experience, so I can say, okay, yeah, he do got a point. But if a guy do one thing and then put no other work behind it, he ain't got no fruit. You know what I'm saying? He's saying a lot, but where's the fruit? And so when, I look at it like the scriptures say, shoot, produce. You can say anything out your mouth, but produce, man, so that we can have an example. And that example has to come from those who put in the work. Those who say, hey, man, he said, okay, he sacrificed, but he's a millionaire already. So he couldn't have sacrificed nothing. I mean, too much, because he's already a millionaire. Okay. Where do we come from? I heard that he was adopted. I think by some Caucasians, I believe. Was it? Is that true? I'm not sure. So anybody can elaborate on that. And you know, I ain't really a street. I mean, a news guy. But it sounds strange. You know, the truth comes from hearing. You know, when if he ain't saying nothing, and then I can put that saying to the test of, okay, now show me your fruit. You say one thing, now show me your fruit. And that's the main thing. So you have these guys squabbling. You got Stephen A. Smith, you got Terrell Owens,
right? Terrell Owens,
and you got Colin Kaepernick, and you got another brother, Ed Reed, or some Reed. And so they're going back and forth, you know, on social media, and one trying to justify his position and the other trying to magnify a position. And it's just, it seems like it's like rhetoric for good entertainment. That's all I see it as.
Okay.
I don't see there's any kind of potency towards a movement for, you know, anybody that's in, you know, an inferior position or somebody that needs help. I just see it as classic entertainment. And these brothers are what they call the coons of the entertainment. These, you see coons going at each other. I don't look at one different than the other. I like all of them as far as their professions are concerned because they provide entertainment. But when you get down to the nuts and bolts of living life, I don't see them nowhere on the set. You know, I don't see no examples, but they doing a whole lot of talking.
Okay. That's your perspective, brother Sapar Moth or Sapar L. Now, your iQuab, you on there, brother?
I'm listening.
Okay, you got perspective?
No, I'm just listening.
Okay. What about you, my brother down in ATL, Joel? Y'all were all.
Well, I'm gonna say this: what Kaepernick is doing has the ability to change everything. Because I know what brothers is thinking. It's not about football. What Kaepernick is doing is saying, I don't care if you crackers like me. You're going to give me the job because I'm qualified to have the job. I don't care if you like my Kunta Kinte shirt or my Malcolm X shirt or my afro or if I'm kneeling. All that matters is I'm better than the 64 quarterbacks you are paying right now. So we needed the black media, Stephen A. Smith, Shannon Sharp. We needed them to do what the white media does. Because the white media protects little Johnny, the school shooter. I just put a post out, was talking about the epidemic of school mass shootings, and they only mentioned young white males once and then skipped right over that and wanted to talk about emotional trauma and bullying because the white media is going to protect white people. So we needed Stephen A. COON and Shannon COON to stop white knighting and trying to look good for their colleagues and defend what Kaepernick is doing right now. Kaepernick is going to make it okay for you to sue Esau for discriminating you in the workplace. Esau can no longer say, I'm going to give the job to this person because I just feel like they're better for the job. And you have to hold that. But if Kaepernick was successful, you would be able to sue Esau because you're the right man for the job. You're qualified and proved it. And they didn't give you the job because they don't like you. You'd be able to sue. So what the NFL try to do is make Kaepernick sign a waiver that would take that right away from him. And that's why he didn't do the workout. So here comes Stephen A. Smith. Oh, Kaepernick don't want to play in the NFL. People have put their neck on the line. What you doing is stupid. Oh, and the black struggle ain't got it. Stephen A. Smith even went as far as to say, I'm a child of 6. I'm used to not having rights. Why does Kaepernick think he should have rights? He said that on TV.
Wow.
So the white media is using the black media to protect white people too. That's why they gave Stephen A. Smith $8 million. If Stephen A. Smith would have kept his mouth shut and not said nothing, that would be better than what he's doing. Because what he's doing right now is making it okay for the NFL to not look at Kaepernick's practice tape. He did not work out. He did the workout. He said, I'm not signing your waiver because you gave me a waiver that's not standard. Why would you give, look, a football contract is 40 pages. An NFL waiver is like 40 pages. You're going to give me the NFL waiver on Wednesday. I signed it. 6 hours before my workout, you're going to give me a new one? My lawyer got to look at it, read it, understand it, edit it so that we like it. We got to send it back to the NFL. They got to read what I said, agree to it, and then we sign papers. How are we going to do that in 6 hours, Aina?
Right.
Oh, so
You can't do that in 6 hours?
So what happened was, it was all about the lawsuit then. The lawsuit that he had.
Basically, the NFL. Go ahead, brother.
No, so that's what I'm asking you. It's all about the lawsuit because all of this happened after the lawsuit was in effect, right? For the meeting.
Basically, the NFL, Kaepernick is raising a suit against the NFL, kind of like what Byron Allen is doing against Comcast.
Oh, okay.
He's basically saying, Byron Allen is suing Comcast because he's trying to prove to them that he deserves to have his shows carried by them. But they won't even meet with him to evaluate his shows. So he has to sue them to make them look at the stats to consider the facts. That's why he got to do it. And Kaepernick has to do the same thing. He basically has to sue the NFL to get a workout, to prove that he should play. And Stephen A. Smith and the black media is protecting the damn NFL. Stephen A. Smith's supposed to go on TV and say, why are you giving him...
Slucky, go ahead.
Oh, Stephen A. Smith's supposed to say, why are you giving him a weird-ass waiver 6 hours before his workout? Why are you doing that? Why would you do that? You playing games. How come he can't have his own camera crew there? Why? How come the media can't be there? The media is at every damn pro day. They always there. Because the NFL want to be able to control the footage, edit it all stupid, probably make Kaepernick look bad, and send that to the teams. So Kaepernick too smart for that. So they're going to give him a waiver saying he can't do those things. And also that basically in the language of the waiver, it's suggesting that he can't sue. Why would he sign that, Aina?
Yeah, I agree with
He wouldn't sign
I wouldn't either. It's still, and plus he wanted to show collusion, right?
Yeah, exactly. But now Stephen A. Smith gonna go on TV and criticize him for not signing the waiver and doing the workout. Esau needs us to tear down us. He can't do it by himself.
Right, absolutely.
If Kaepernick was successful, I could go in my office on Monday with a Malcolm X in the window shirt with the gun and everything. And they can't say shit to me because he would have set a precedent. I'm sorry. Excuse my language. I'm sorry.
That's cool. I'll have him bleep it. You good. But it ain't per me, man. I'm good with us coming raw and real with how we feel. But go ahead, brother.
That's right. They wouldn't be able to say nothing to me because Kaepernick would have put it on the books that I could wear a Kuta Kinte shirt to my job interview because it ain't about what I'm wearing.
Yes.
I can have dreadlocks at my job. It ain't about my hair. The sisters could wear their afro at the job. It ain't about my afro. All that matters, am I qualified to do the job? But Stephen A. Smith took that away from Kaepernick and all of us at the same time. That's all I want to say.
Okay. You make some very strong points, brother.
Yeah.
And both of y'all brothers came with good, strong points and good perspective. And I want to highlight what you brothers is bringing out. First off, it was controlled from A to Z by the NFL. They want to dictate, bam, you got 2 days to be here, do this workout, and we'll consider you. And then they give him a contract, not like the standard contract that all NFL players get. That's giving them liability, freedom liability from injury. But this one, like the brother Joel said, this one wants to include from lawsuits from suing us because you don't get the job or whatever. Right. So, you know, that's a good point. And then what it was the NFL were guilty. They set a precedent in the NFL that nobody hires this man, period. So no teams are scared to touch him. And I'm gonna bring the evidence why I said that this is how they operate and this is how they move. They conducted the whole thing. Then they mandated for the teams to go to the workout. So now teams are showing up, even though they don't really want nothing to do with it. Really, at the end of the day, everybody's terrified of this monster that's the NFL. Everybody's worried about them. They're scared of the NFL. The teams, the owners, the gyms, everybody's gonna do what the NFL tells them to do. That's why this NFL, I'm against it. I'm totally against the NFL. We've seen a history of how these devils operate and the outcome of the people that are in the NFL. Who retires with successful with money? Who retires on top, like in the NBA? Why in the NBA you can get a contract if you get injury? It don't damn matter. I got a guy I grew up with named Mike Red, played for Ohio State Buckeyes, and we went to Westmore together in West Broad Street and all other stuff. The brother got an $80-something million contract to play for the Milwaukee Bucks. He got injured and he still got his money. That's not the case in the NFL. Most of the people that go to the NFL, they get injured, then they get pumped up full of opioids and drugs, and then they end up on crack, and then they end up with their life ruined.
And see, that's what racism is. Racism is utilizing us so that it don't look like racism. See, racism is controlling the grounds and the atmosphere that you work in or you live in.
Right. So this thing with the NFL, like you got to submit to every damn thing they say. You want to work, you got to do what we tell you to do. That shit is out. That's sloppy. That stuff is out the window, out the door. What other you can set up a union in any industry where people, the employer has to respect the people's rights. The NFL does not respect black people. That's why they had that strike led by or I might be getting confused. I know the NFL had a strike and the NBA had a strike. That's why they be having these strikes, because of the way they doing our people, man. Our people retired and everybody's broke. How do you get $100 million contract and then you retire, you broke? You got nothing. You on drugs. You have nothing. So I'm against the NFL. Me personally, I'm against them. Colin Kaepernick, he acknowledging, he's bringing that to the forefront. Like, yo, these devils is controlling the narrative. Like I said last week on the show, it's all scripted. At the end of the day, it's all scripted. It ain't real. So whatever they say, they control the narrative. That's why they wanted to bring they own TV cameras in there so they can cut it the way they said, like Brother Joel brought out. That is absolutely correct. They wanted to control the whole narrative. And all these Negroes like Stephen A. Smith, was that guy, Shannon Sharp, everybody's playing the game. They don't give a damn about the people. They playing the game. They're like modern day Judases, sellouts. So they just trying to get a paycheck. Right. So whatever is in the interest of them getting ratings, getting the job, being on top, they'll throw a nigga under the bus in a heartbeat. And then you're gonna have the nerve to say, I'm all about black struggle. I'm on the streets. That Negro is lying. He is not on the streets. I've never seen him in the hood. Nowhere I go, I'm always in the streets. Everywhere I go, I'm in the streets. I go to Atlanta I'm down there with brother Joel and them, Sons of Thunder. We're in the streets on the hood. I never seen Stephen A. Smith show up. And when a corporate Negro like him show up, he automatically cooning and trying to defend the enemy. First thing, he don't want to defend the Chinese and the Arabs and all these other people. He wants to defend the so-called white man. White, like you said, brother, white cannot look bad on no level. But we bringing it out. We exposing they demons and they monsters, and they come against our people at such a high level. But it's wrong to say something about it. It's wrong for me to love my people and care about my people, and it's wrong for me to say anything that they doing wrong. And then you get Negroes, high-paid Negroes to justify it. So the NFL control, they made them go. The teams didn't want to go because they don't want to deal with the drama. They feel like it's drama. They don't want to deal with it. So they had 25 teams show up to the Atlanta. Kaepernick switched the venue. I'm not going to be there. I'm going to be over here. I want my people there. Then you have out of those 25 or 23, something like that. He's like 23 or 25 teams that actually showed up. Dallas Cowboys wasn't one of them. They was clear about their racism, and their damn owner, he's a demon, and he made a claim that I'm against it. He's an owner that bought the team for for a couple $100 million, worth billions or whatever. Some devil. He said, I'm not in the market for that guy. I mean, he said everything he said to try to undercut. He don't want nothing to do with Kaepernick, period. He's a racist demon. There's no way around that. So yeah, 8 teams actually show up to the workout. So if you didn't want to show up, you really weren't interested in seeing him become a quarterback for your team anyway. The only reason they were there is because the NFL mandated that they go. That's the only reason why. And out of the 8 teams that showed up, 2 left before they came. The Chiefs, the Jets, the Eagles, the Titans, the Bills, the 49ers, the Redskins, and the Lions are the only teams that actually showed up to the workout. They showed that, okay, we won them. And you got to remember, everybody keeps saying you're trying to apply for a job. It's not applying for a job. That man is getting a contract. It's not a job. It's a contract. He's an independent providing contract. Like me, I got my situation. I am a contractor. And I hire contractors, and I do lay it out like I say, okay, yeah, this is what I want. But then the contractor can come back and negotiate with me. That's business. So for the man to say, I don't want to sign that, let's redo it. How are we going to say, oh, they want you to do it, so you got to do it. You don't deserve the job. Get the hell out of here, man. That's insanity. That's outrageous. No business work like that. None. If you want the man, if you need the service, business is based on supply and demand. If I need it, I'm gonna have to come to your terms. I'm gonna buy it. Obviously, Kaepernick didn't really need it, but I'm gonna have to respect the man on the level. I know I can't put him up there with Malcolm X. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna put him up there with Muhammad Ali that said, you know what, I'm gonna go against. I'm not gonna put him on that level. But the man, I gotta put him on a higher level than I put Stephen A. Smith all day, every day. Shannon Sharp all day, every day. Because them niggas, hold on. Because those Negroes weren't willing to sacrifice. He could have just shut the hell up and ain't say nothing and just let it ride by. Like, yo, this Kaepernick thing is raw, and just let it ride by. But nah, he got to go hard. He got to have a damn rant. He got to call everybody that watches the show idiots because they questioning how the hell he coming at that man like that. And then, like Shapar said, I got to back the brother up. They are dictating and controlling the script and the whole thing because you got this damn white boy, Max Camberlin, or whatever the hell his name is. What's his name? Terrell Owens said Stephen A. looks blacker than him. So now we want to big up a damn white boy and put him up on a pedestal so everybody can worship this guy. Now we got to do that. That's what puts it in my mind that it's scripted.
Yeah.
Now we're going to make the white boy the great white hype for black struggle.
But you know what else, brother?
That's right.
All of them serve the purpose to bring out the good views and perspectives. Because if you didn't have Stephen A. Smith, we couldn't even get a perspective on that, what that cooning really looks like. You know what I'm saying? So he gave a piece of his cooning ability. All of them gave their piece of the cooning ability. But, Colin, you gave me a good perspective, brother, because I didn't even look at it from that vantage point and how he's going to elevate us into negotiating contracts free and clear without any obligations and mandates.
Okay, yeah, right. And that's business, man. Any business, man. If I need you, I'm going to buy you. I don't give a damn if you case in point, I used to own tow trucks, and I was talking to a white supremacist, and I was going to contract with this devil. Although he told me out of his mouth, listen, I'm not hiring your kind. I'm not going to put your kind in these trucks. I said, okay, that's your perspective. But where can we meet in the middle? I mean, if you got workers, just hell, put them in there, whatever. I'm not worried about it. But it's still, if I need to put them devils in there to make my payment so I don't lose my equipment, then I'm going to do it. I mean, that's just logic and common sense. But it's still up to me. Say, nah, you're a white supremacist. I don't accept your cause. I'm going to let you go. No, business is supply and demand. You don't look at when you need something, you're not going to look at, oh, I'm against. Yeah, exactly. It's not personal. So if you got views that I disagree with, then, whatever, I got to get that damn money. Everybody go to work for the damn white man, so-called white man, every day to get that check. But you ain't got to be a sellout, cup cracker, coon. I'm not going to tell that. You know what I told that devil? I said, you know what? I hate white people too, man. I'm against your satanic demon, red monster, monkey ass that crawled out of the Caucasus Mountains. Your people are savages. I told him to his face. I said, but can we make money together? End of the day. That's what I told the devil. I didn't say, well, I don't agree with your views. I'm gonna go ahead and lose everything I got because it's personal. No, it wasn't that. So at the end of the day, it's business. Kaepernick should be able to say whatever the hell he want to do. And that just goes to show you that only thing they're looking for is robots that's going to do whatever the hell they tell them to do. And if you ain't willing to get down, then you're going to lay down. That's their perspective. The NFL is a racist institution that I don't think just not only Kaepernick, I think anybody's the so-called black that's in there needs to take their money and leave now while they can and establish their own thing in a whole nother industry.
It's good. I mean, it's funny.
They ain't gonna do that because
No.
everybody's sold out and everybody
'Cause
robotic and everybody damn coons, man. So I do respect Colin Kaepernick to not turn a damn blind eye and say I'm gonna get my money anyway. I respect that, man. Even though I don't put him on no level of no Muhammad Ali, man. I respect that he put his career on the line and said the hell with it. And then you got this other coon, Hugh Jackson, former head coach of the Raiders and the Browns.
Oh my God.
That guy is completely super duper cooned out.
No, what about the other brother that came on there? Now he was very eloquent. He was good with words. He was like a ventriloquist with words. What was his name? The older brother. He put it down. The one that was talking about strategizing. He didn't put a strategy in place. He was saying the college didn't put a strategy in place where it could be effective to get the rewards that you're looking for. What was his name, man?
I don't know. I didn't catch that.
I think he's talking about Jonathan Vilma.
He's a doctor. They said he's a doctor.
Yeah, see, now the guy Hugh Jackson, he went there on behalf of the NFL. He was cooning for the NFL. Period.
Exactly.
He tried to make it seem like he was about
Bring it out.
interested
you
in
can see it all over his face.
Colin Kaepernick. No, he was an agent for the NFL, and he confirmed the racism of the NFL when he made the statement out of his own mouth. I did not feel comfortable. Why didn't you feel comfortable? Explain. Why don't you feel comfortable? What didn't you feel comfortable about? You feel like you was in danger? Your life was in danger? And then Stephen A. Smith, super coon, came out and said, well, I just don't believe that he could set up a venue where he can get a high school within a day. I don't give a damn if he did it or he planned it out. It don't even matter. Don't matter. It's irrelevant. It don't matter. And at the same time, it is not impossible to pick up the damn phone call and call up one of your boys or whatever and say, yo, we want to use this gym to do our workout. So he confirms he's a sellout and a coon, and the league had him go out there and do the workout, and he confirmed that through his admission. And then when they put him on the hot seat, he couldn't defend his position. They said, okay, so you're acknowledging that the NFL banned Colin Kaepernick and put pressure on everybody. He said, yeah, okay, so if you're acknowledging that, now you're acknowledging that they're trying to re-blackballing through this new process that y'all are setting up. Well, I see other perspective. But he didn't give us the other perspective. So he basically just let us know that he was cooning for the league just by not feeling comfortable to just go to the other location. If you really want him, I'm going to go. If I need somebody, I'm going to go. If I'm going to make millions of dollars like they're going to do off of Colin Kaepernick, I would have went to that location to see what he was going on. And then this monkey, Jay-Z, going to have the nerve to state that he's disappointed in Colin Kaepernick like he's somebody. That nigga ain't nobody, man. Go ahead, brother. Go ahead, brother.
Esau said he said that.
Oh.
No footage, no audio of Jay-Z ever.
Oh, so there's no evidence. See, they trying to see that.
Esau
That's just them trying to use another so-called black figure to try to make us docile. That's them trying to set up another puppet.
Yeah, because he's in the pot, though. His name came into the pot. So, they throwing all these black names, the so-called black names, into the pot so they can have the pick of the litter of who can support them, or they can say something behind your back and say, oh, yeah, he said it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because he's in the pot. So we could pick and choose which name we want to use to support whatever position we trying to maintain.
And Jay-Z is nothing but an entertainer. He's not anything significant.
Love my entertainer.
And we got to understand that, man. He's not a figure. He's not a politician. He's not somebody that focus. He's not somebody that that's in the business of activism. That's not him.
And the thing that we got to remember about entertainers is that they all play a part for entertainment. Those guys, anybody in that arena, they are playing a part. And that part don't manifest itself until the shit hit the fan.
And you're right. He did. They did say it because I don't have any evidence of him saying it, but they said that he used his opportunity as a publicity stunt. If he said that, he need to be smacked. I'm not saying telling nobody go do nothing to the man, but that man is not using logic and common sense. He's just a coon.
But did he say anything about it?
He said Esau, see, he got it so programmed that he say something, we just automatically take it as true. I'm glad you brought that up, brother. Glad you brought that up. So he said that, but we didn't hear it from Jay-Z.
Yeah, but you got to remember when you put all those hounds in a pot like that, you automatically know that some stuff is coming out of it, some stink is coming out of it, man. And they allow those guys to put their name in the pot. You don't sit there, you don't believe that them guys sit there and consider those options. Of course they do.
Right.
They
So
know, because you got to know what the wolf would do. The wolf is going to do all kinds of things to grandize his position. He trying to elevate his position. His position is what? Racism. Racism is the ability to control the outcome of another person's life. So when we're the person that they're doing it against. And so when we recognize that this is racism and that's the whole narrative, now we have to do things to what? Identify the players.
Mm-hmm.
We have to identify them. Say, oh, hold up. He over there working for him. You know he gonna tell a lie. He gonna tell a lie. If you don't tell a lie, boy, the truth, he gonna tell a lie, man.
Right.
Because
so,
they entertainers, they performers, they trying to get the maximum audience out of.
And they work for the circuit master.
There you go.
The circuit master is the NFL. They represent the mindset of America.
And he rewards them with the filthy lucre.
And he rewards anybody that's willing to be Judas. We got modern day Judases and antichrists and sellouts in this modern day slavery that we're living in. So in my mind, the NFL is a slave master with a slave master mentality, the way they approaching all this. That's slave. And what they're doing is slave master. Make no mistake. That's why I like how the man wore a shirt saying, I'm Kunta Kinte, nigga, and I'm not going to be broken. They want to break him. They want him to say, I'm Toby. So that Kunta Kinte was a statement. He was making a statement with that. With no accident. Like when LeBron James wore that Ultimate Warriors jersey when he smashed the Warriors that year. He was making a statement. The Ultimate Warrior. And he's right. He is the Ultimate Warrior. They couldn't have did nothing if they didn't take Inquirer Durant. They just got smashed. That man was going to own them men. LeBron James was going to own them men, man. But at the end of the day, he was making a statement with that Kunta Kinte shirt. Yeah. God. He right up the street. And brother, your Iquab is right there, but I know he don't give a damn about no Cleveland Cavaliers, do you, brother?
No.
They just there for sole purpose of being for entertainment.
But you know what, man? Speaking of LeBron James, nigga, just shut up and dribble. That's the mindset of America. These people, all these commentators, nigga, shut up and dribble. It's like that Edomite devil savage dog said, that so-called white woman. So LeBron James, stop having a mind, shut up and dribble. Y'all remember that? I know y'all remember that. Yeah, just shut up and dribble. And that's what they saying to Colin Kaepernick. Nigga, shut up and toss the football. We don't give a damn what you think. Nigga, this is our show. We're going to do what we want to do. And we oppressing y'all. Shut the hell up and dribble.
Yeah, don't bring that activist nonsense here.
Yeah, so go ahead, brother.
But they ain't going. The thing is that don't get emotional. The whole thing is don't get emotional. Stay cool, calm, and collected.
Right.
And analyze these hounds and put them into their proper places, and so you can deal with them.
That's
Move
right.
around them.
That's right. But at the end of the day, Stephen A. Smith know he's wrong. He's trying to do everything he can to try to clean it up and calling anybody out that want to deal with him. Terrell Owens and all the other stuff. That's why Terrell. You right, brother. He shouldn't have said that Max looks blacker than he did. He shouldn't have said that.
Acting blacker than him.
Yeah, acting blacker than him. What is acting black, first of all? And
even if I was against Stephen A. Smith, I wouldn't have never utilized that term or terminology to elevate somebody that ain't even got nothing to do with it. It's our issue.
Yeah, so
leave that Caucasian where he at.
But that don't take away from the fact that Stephen A. Smith did look like the coon of the century.
Yeah.
He looked like the coon of the century, like he is, when he made that statement. He don't want to play. He wants to be a martyr. Okay, you had to say that, bro, against another so-called black man. He don't want to play. He wants to be a martyr. Go ahead, brother.
He did not have to say.
He didn't have to say that, man.
Yeah.
He said it because he wanted to. He said it because he wanted to, and his NFL handlers paid him to say that.
Right.
Ah,
His NFL, right.
yeah.
He wants to keep that first track. He want to be able to make the phone call and do the plays. He's thinking, like I said, he's thinking about his career, man. He's Judas. He's thinking about, we want to be able to make that phone call and see what's going on with that scandal. I want to keep my outlets. I want to keep my connections so I can stay the one that's ahead of the curveball, the one that's always got the first track to the exclusive story. That's what he's thinking, man. I see it as, at the end of the day, I see it as the NFL trying to strong arm the man with zero guarantees of playing, and they wanted to keep everything private because they wanted to control the narrative. Mr. Negro, Shannon Sharp, took the same position as Stephen A. Smith. You see, Skip didn't disagree with nothing he said. Skip Bayless, he's rolling with everything. He like, I couldn't. Hey, this is the only segment that I couldn't agree with you more on every point and every topic you brought out. Couldn't agree. He didn't have no fight. He didn't have no fight, so he was with him. So they wanted to control the narrator, Mr. Negro. Mr. Negro said he was. This is the famous line, man. I was the biggest Kaepernick supporter ever. Yeah. Everybody said I was the biggest supporter. Why didn't he come to my platform? Why didn't he come to my platform? I went to bat for the man. I wanted to see him succeed. Everybody keep coming with that same line, man. Why don't you just keep it real, man, and call it what it is and say it what it is, just like I just said it. The NFL has a slave master mentality. They use and abuse and take advantage of so-called black people. Our people are fanatics. We running around with Cleveland Brown shirts, hats, jerseys, and apparel and all that other stuff. We go crazy when our team win. We go crazy when our team lose. It's an emotional roller coaster. And what I get mad about is it ain't real. The people, it's a gladiator. I take offense to it personally because I look at it like we gladiators and we got these bloodthirsty Romans that love to see us act like savages and inflict damage on one another. That's why I personally look at it. That's how I personally look at it. And they got a slave master mentality, man. That's what I'm looking at, man. It's all scripted. You want to bet on the game, you're going to lose your money, man. You got to find out who the top players want to win, and then you bet with that, and then you'll win every time. Didn't LeBron James make that statement when he kept losing? Remember, he kept losing over and over again. He could have clearly just dumped on the whole damn world and they daddy 10 years ago. Y'all remember that? He kept losing. And what did LeBron James say? You remember what he said, brother?
Mm-hmm.
What did he say?
The man upstairs said it ain't time for me to win.
It's just that simple, man.
That's what he said out of his mouth.
And who could have stopped that man? He was like a damn freight train coming through that line.
Well, he could. I mean, to us, to most people, especially to the Christians, they would have probably said, "Oh, he talking about God." Well, in that instance, he is.
Yeah, his
that's
God.
who's controlling it.
That's right.
Who's controlling that and has power over that arena. And so, they say things that most people don't catch. That's just like even the whole platform with the and the narrative with the Stephen Kaepernick thing. Even though he is doing a good thing, you know what I'm saying? I have to ask myself, well, where did he come from? Who is he? Them are the kind of questions I'm gonna ask.
And not just him though, brother. Everybody that's in the whole whole circus. Yeah. That whole circus. And the reason why I don't mean to cut you off, brother, but the reason I say that is because it all looks scripted to me, man. It all looks scripted.
Oh, if you don't think it is,
Terrell Owens,
fool in the White Mouth
Stephen A. Smith, Skip Bayless, what's that big country nigga's name? Shannon Sharp. Yeah, Shannon Sharp. It all looks.
Oh no, you know who the biggest coon is? What's that guy? The one to be on there?
What's that, brother?
Whitlock.
Yeah, Whitlock. Oh man, he the worst of them all, man. Yeah. Oh man, he the worst of them all. All he need is a whole box of donuts. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you should hear some of the things he say. But he made a point though that somebody in his family had died from some type of police brutality or street brutality. And he seemed sentimental about that. I mean, I'm not saying that these brothers don't have sentiments. You know what I'm saying? Because they are, us really. They just sold out.
They
just
sold out,
been
right?
brainwashed.
They don't even realize they're selling out.
Yeah, they don't understand that because the truth really wasn't manifested to them, or they never try to pursue it. They try to pursue the economic structure of America. You know what I'm saying? Instead of trying to endow themselves with, principles and morals to build their own character. Not the pocketbooks. Even though, hey, don't get it wrong. Hey, I want some dollars too now.
Everybody wants some dollars,
You know
man. But
what
how
I'm
far are you willing to bend over
Yeah,
for
there
it?
you go.
How much of a sellout you willing to be, man?
Yeah. That's a hard thing, man, because if you look back on in the history of this thing, you know, I was looking at Muhammad Ali's thing. You know, he's probably the greatest symbol of
All right, get your
refusing
sword
that
ready.
dollar, of refusing that dollar.
Okay,
And he manifested it through everything he did. But anyway, it was all about love.
So yeah, at the end of the day, man, it's all scripted, man. Let's understand it's just like the brother said, Saparamath Alahayim, it's all entertaining. I'm gonna give you 1 Corinthians 5:22. 1 Corinthians 5 or Thessalonians 5:22. And even if I bring the scripture to say that even if Stephen A. Smith is right and he really don't believe nothing he's saying, because I know he don't believe, he's doing it for the money. If he don't believe it, he shouldn't be so willing to say it. And we're gonna go to the Apocrypha to 2 Maccabees 6 too. But read that, brother.
One thing. And he sounds convincing.
He sounds very convincing. But if you really don't mean it,
get that scripture too.
If you really don't mean it, read that.
1 Thessalonians 5:22.
If you don't really believe that this is what should be going down, read.
Abstain from all appearance of evil.
Don't abstain from that appearance of evil, man. Even if you don't believe what you're saying, even if you're just doing it for the check, man, he could have just shut the hell up and just let that all fly by, and he wouldn't look like the COON of the century. Right now, he's looking like the COON of the century, and that's why he is focusing all of his time on defending his position. That's all he worried about right now. Now, let me get 2 Maccabees, brother, 6 and 18. We're gonna flow through, and we're gonna see how our ancestors dealt. Anybody that was with the Greeks, we read in 1 Maccabees, the first chapter, he tells you that they were considered evil and wicked of our people that wanted to follow after the ways of the Greeks. Now, this is a modern day, this is a continuation of the Greeks. You see the football and the basketball arena and the fighting and all that stuff. This is a continuation of the Greeks and the Romans, the bloodthirsty demon race Esau. Understand that. Read what you got, brother.
2 Maccabees, chapter 6, verse 18.
Come on.
Eleazar, one of the principal scribes, an aged man and of a well-favored countenance,
Come on.
was constrained to open his mouth and to eat swine's flesh.
So they put pressure on him to sell out for the rest of us, for our consumption. Come on.
But he, choosing rather than to die,
He'd rather do what?
Die gloriously.
He went beyond just not getting the job or getting the contract. See, what they were trying to do, Stephen A. Smith and them, they just saying, nigga, just sell out and play. You're going to get some money. We want to see you throw the damn football. I'm disappointed. I'm mad that you won't conform to the enemy to throw that football and sell out. That's what he's really mad about at the end of the day. That's what he's saying. His message is saying, accept whatever Mr. White Man wants you to do. If you just listen to the white man, we'll all be all right. That's what he wants you to do. That's the whole thing he's doing. If you look at it at the end of the day, that's what he's saying. You don't want to play. You want to be a martyr. Play football, man. Shut up and dribble. It's like, nigga, shut up. You shut up, man. The hell with what you talking about? Read, brother. This man was not willing not only to not play and lose his career, he was ready to die. He was ready to die for his cause, man. And that's what we dealing with. We go out to them streets, man. We put ourselves in position to get death, man. What's to stop the school shooter for coming to see us? You see that? But go ahead, brother.
But he, choosing rather to die gloriously than to live stained with such an abomination.
That's an abomination to sell out to the Greeks. To eat that pork. He said, I'd rather die than sell out and eat some damn pepperoni pizza like Negroes just do so casually. Go ahead, brother.
Spit it forth and came of his own accord to the torment. As it behoved them to come that are resolute to stand out against such things as are not lawful for love to life to be tasted. But they that had the charge of the wicked feast for the old acquaintance they had with Salakia.
Come on, take your time and bring it strong, brother.
They had with the man taking him aside, besought him to bring the flesh of his own provision.
Come on. They said, bring your own then. You don't eat our swine. You just bring your own. Come on.
Such as was lawful to him to use.
That was lawful to eat. And you wouldn't be doing an abomination. Remember I said a stain from the appearance of looking like evil. See what Stephen A. Smith and them are doing is evil, man. Because they trying to put, like Brother Joel was bringing out, they trying to put in our minds that you got to submit to the devil if you want to get anything accomplished, man. Submit, nigga. What's wrong with you? Just submit.
Right.
That's what they trying to drill into our spirits, man. Like we brought out. He's trying to tell your soul to bow down, man, that we may walk over. That's what he's trying to do. Stephen A. Smith is trying to get our souls to bow down. He's going to work for the so-called white man to get us to bow down and submit to Satan. Come on, brother.
Such as was lawful for him to use.
Come on.
And make it as if he did eat of the flesh taken from the sacrifice.
Just make it look like you eating the swine, brother. Just submit, man. Just do it. Just do what the white man wants you to do, man. Do what the Greeks want. Come on.
Sacrifice commanded by the king.
Come on.
That in so doing, he might be delivered from death.
That you can be delivered from death. Come on.
And for the old friendship with him, find favor.
Come on.
But he began to consider discreetly and became of his age. And the excellency of his ancient years and the honor of his gray head.
Come on.
Whereunto he was come, and his most honest education from a child, or rather the holy law made and given by Yahweh.
Come on.
Therefore he answered accordingly and willed them straightways to send them to the grave.
Send me to the grave. Come on.
For it becometh not our age, said he, in any wise to dissemble, whereby many young persons might think that Eleazar, being 80 years old.
80. Anybody know how old 80 is?
80.
That's 80. 80 and what? A score equals 20. 4 times 20 is what? 80. Come on.
80 years old and 10.
So he's 90 years old. 90-year-old man that all the young men's gonna look up to. If he says cool to eat pork, and the so-called white man use this tactic over and over and over and over and over again through history when you do your research. You had Africans, so-called Africans, but really Israelites over in Africa that knew. I knew people that was from what countries? West African countries. I can't remember exactly what countries they were, but they said that they were going to war to fight against Adolf Hitler with the Greeks. And guess what? When they came back, the older men came back to the younger men. The white man then brainwashed them and conditioned them to tell them, y'all ain't Israelites. Tell them that y'all just Africans. Y'all just Africans. So I had a man that was in his 60s that came over here to America, and me and another brother was dealing with him, because we did our teaching. We was anywhere we go. I was at the damn mechanic shop getting my car worked on, teaching the truth back in the day. Anywhere I'll go, I'm teaching the truth. So I run into African. He said, "Yeah, man, we are Israelites and we know it, but our elders came back and told us that we weren't. To take that out of our mind. We just Africans. Leave it alone. Drop it. Stop it. Shut up." So that's what they do. They try to get the older, the prestige, or the people that's in upper echelon society to destroy the minds of everybody else, man. And this is a classic example of that. And that's all. When you spiritual, you can look through all that circus that Stephen A, Colin Kaepernick, what's the other guy? Terrell Owens, Shannon Sharp, Max Kellerman, Skip Bayless, and anybody else that got something to say about it. You can just look through all that and see at the end of the day, this is what they're doing. If you spiritual, you see things spiritually and you see that this is what they're doing. You ain't gonna buy into the BS that they throwing at you because they automatically assume you stupid because they do everything they can to get you the worst education, the worst food, put you in the worst situation so you can just be a damn walking, blithering idiot just surviving.
And the first thing you gotta ask, who are they?
Who the hell is they?
Who is this guy?
Right.
This guy got a box of donuts. But anyway.
But go ahead, brother, read.
Being 80 years old and 10, we're now going to a strange religion.
A strange now Christianity, they teach this strange religion that they was trying to convince him to push on the whole nation. So why should we submit to Christianity and Islam and Buddhism and whatever damn ism or religion you trying to teach? That's all strange religion. Only one true religion, true faith is keeping the laws of the Most High God. Anything outside of that, garbage. We ain't dealing with it.
That's right.
And he's teaching strange religion. Go ahead, brother, read that.
And so they, through my hypocrisy,
through his hypocrisy, like Stephen A. Smith, the hypocrite, like Colin Kaepernick, the hypocrite. They all hypocrites to me, man. They all hypocrites. Why the hell, if you really about that life, why don't you come and see us in Las Vegas Boulevard or in 5 Points or in damn Times Square with Zabak and them? Why don't you come and see none of us if you really about this thing? That's why the brother Sapar said, I don't know this guy. But if you really want to get some stuff done, come and see us and see how you can help our cause instead of being a demon trying to fight for the so-called white man, Mr. Stephen A. Smith, in the streets, nigga. Because if you was in the streets and I seen you, I'm going to lay into you. I'm going to go extra hard on you. I'm going to expose you and make you look as stupid. Come and debate me, Negro. I would be on Las Vegas Boulevard next weekend in Fremont Street. Come and see me. That's an invite. I dare you. I'm going to make you look stupid in front of all your viewers and constituents. But come on, brother, read.
That's right.
And so they, through my hypocrisy and desire to live a little time,
To live a little bit of time on top. You're gonna live a little bit successful, and then you die and go to hell and burn forever, man. You sold out God's people, man. You understand? That's why he told us that Judah mourneth the gates languish, nigga. You the gates that's languishing. We ain't got no barriers of protection because we got our own people cooning and going hard for the damn NFL and the so-called white man, and they sending the hell with us over a damn job and a paycheck. But come on, brother.
and desire to live a little time, and a moment longer should be deceived by me.
Uh-huh.
And I get a stain to my own age.
And he's gonna be stained at 90 years old, man. Our people stained, and our elders don't give a damn about being stained, man. They don't care about selling us out. They don't care about leading us wrong, man. That's why he told us straight up, man, my people are a sheep led to the slaughter. And that's exactly what we are. That's what we're dealing with. 2019, our people are cooned the hell out. Raccoon, Super Tom, sell out Zambo niggas, man. Go ahead, brother.
And make it abominable. For through the present time I should be delivered from the punishment of men.
Okay, he gonna go through your punishment with men. You ain't gonna have that contract. You ain't gonna have that show. You ain't gonna have these ratings. Make them put all white people up there, man. Why can't all y'all say the hell with my job and let's just all walk away from the table and just let it drop? Because we all supporting the table. I'm down. I don't know how many other of y'all down, but I'm down. I'm down to say, you know what? Let's just take faith and walk out in the middle of the wilderness. They're going to light us all up. We know we're going to die. They ain't going to let us leave our slavery in America. They're going to let us say, okay, all Negroes say, okay, Negroes and Latinos, we're going to all leave and take our spirit away from America. And we're going to go down to Brazil. We're going to all link up down there. There's plenty of rainforest and resources and food and everything we need. Let's go. Uh-huh. Right. Latinos, blacks, everybody came over here on a slave ship or came over here. Right. Hey, they'll be like Russia. No spirit. Just a bunch of nukes and a bunch of fiat. That's all America would be. We take all our Michael Jordans and Mike Tysons and all our talent and we leave. Let's do that. You see that? But come on, brother, read. Right. Read, brother, read.
For through the present time that I should be delivered from the punishment of men, yet should I not escape the hand of the Almighty.
You ain't going to escape the Most High, man. You can coon for the so-called white man, but God is going to deal with you. God is going to deal with you, man. You ain't going to get away. Ain't no escape. Where you going to go? You're going to take on the mindset of the so-called white man. I'm going to go hide down in the middle of the caves in Missouri some damn where. I'm going to go up and live in a space station and be in the moon. You believe that insanity? Amazing. Come on, brother. You ain't going to get away from God. Read.
Neither alive nor dead.
Neither alive nor dead. So if I get put to death, I'm going to have to deal with the Most High. If I'm dead, I'm going to have to deal with the Most High. I ain't going to get away. Come on.
But for now, manfully changing this life, I will show myself such an one as mine age requireth, and leave a notable example to such to be young, to die willingly and courageously.
And wouldn't it be nice if our role models and heroes, and I used to look up to role models when I was a child. I used to look up to Mr. T, man. That was my guy, Mr. T. Whatever the hell Mr. T said was gospel. Now we got all these people looking up to Colin Kaepernick, to Stephen A. Smith, to these NFL players looking up to them, and they all coon the hell out. And the only thing they teach them to do is how to be homosexuals. That's it.
And you know what else?
And to sell out to the white man. But go ahead, slap it.
Ask them one question. Do you eat pork?
Right.
Just ask them that.
Stephen A. Smith.
Just ask them, do they eat pork? And you automatically know what you up against.
You already know.
I'm gonna tell you that now.
You up against a Greek
and
chocolate skin.
That was the most abominable thing to do.
Right.
We can't even touch it. It's that incredulous.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
They can't touch it.
Bring it out.
Ooh,
can't even touch it.
That's deep there.
Can't even touch it.
So we can go to something that everybody know about.
Right.
That's that yoink.
Right. And our pastors have sold us to the slaughter.
So you automatically know what you're dealing with. This is the same brother that he's speaking about in the scripture. Yeah.
Bring it out, brother.
This is Sirach 7 and 18.
Come on, brother.
Change not a friend for any good by no means, neither a faithful brother for the gold of Ophir.
See that? The
In other
most
words,
pure
never
gold.
sell your brother out.
The holla, woo, drop it, brother.
That's right.
Drop it. Don't sell him out, man.
And that's what we got in our nation, man. A bunch of sellouts. We got a bunch of sellouts. So we're coming up on an hour. We're gonna go ahead and shut him down, man. I wanted to hit Trump, but hey, it must not be meant to come out because that's another hour, and I'm not gonna hold nobody that long.
Oh, but this was fire today.
Right.
I mean,
So
that's something
hey,
everybody can relate to.
I want to give a shout out to my brother Joel for coming on the show, brother. I really appreciate you, brother, for doing that.
Clarified it.
I appreciate you. There's certain brothers in this nation, and the Most High sent us strong warrior men like Brother Joel. He's a fire spirit, man. That brother is exceptional. He's not like a lot of other brothers. That brother Gorilla Hebrew, Alazar, and Deacon Sakari, those brothers are exceptional, man. The Most High put a spirit on those brothers. I'm glad the Most High blessed those brothers. Brother Zabak, brother, the brothers out in New York, you know, the brother Ratazan out in True Nation. I got to give a shout out to brothers like that, man. Y'all some special brothers. The Most High blessed y'all brothers, man. And I got to get all y'all on my show. And the Water Ock for being the first one to come on the show. I really appreciate it, man. Big shout out to that brother, man. Big shout out. Most High bless you, brother.
Thank you for having me, brother.
Khan, all praises, all praises.
It was a pleasure.
Thank you for having me. We love you out here. Huh?
Yeah, we love you too, brother. Brothers, we love you, man.
Yeah, ain't nothing but love.
Sons of Thunder.
Yeah.
All right, so with that, we're gonna close out. Hey, the water for coming on the live stream, y'all. Shalom from Mount Zion 144K. I'll catch y'all next week in Las Vegas. Shalom. That was a fiery clash, yo.
Yeah.